Hello, hello. Oh, baby! Thank you! And I beat Frank.
Oh my god!
I beat you, Frank.
He gave us what the mic! Oh my god!
Hit that shit, bitch!
Yeah, I once had this chick.
And 3, 2, 1.
Hi, hello there. Welcome to the Complete Improv podcast. I am Frank along with
Tony, hi.
and we are here. Well, we were talking about how everyone's a little gay before this. And I was
But I don't know if that's gonna go over well with some people listening.
yeah, that's what I was getting at. That I had this one lady fucking go off at me because I told her, I'm like, everyone's a little gay. Because apparently I was being gay with her fucking boyfriend. And
That's
I'm like,
adorable.
yeah. And
Hey
so-
lady,
Yeah,
your
she
boyfriend's
made
pretty.
this whole fucking scene.
Why?
So then, because she's like, oh,
In
pinche
what manner?
joto, and fucking-
Oh, real
homophobic.
traditional
Yeah.
Hispanic homophobia.
and so then, they threw us out, and she was still making a scene.
Threw you out of where?
The pool place, down in McAllen.
Fast Eddie's or something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, now it's
Whatever, a
called
pool
Eddie's.
hall. Got it.
Yeah.
Well, that's an entertaining story. So she was causing a scene outside, and what continued? to
Yeah,
go there?
and so then she's like, she tells her fucking boyfriend, which is a buddy of mine from the Marine Corps.
Mhm.
She's like, so you need to tell me right now, are you all man? Because I don't want a man that's little gay. I want a man.
Okay.
Yeah, and
But what if all men are a little gay?
yeah, and
We've
so
all
then-
seen those old 50s movies. Those guys were all little fluffy.
Yeah, so then this guy is all like,
Wasn't it like a fact that the Marlon Brando, right? He was the butchest of the butch, the manliest of the men on in theater, wasn't he? Steve McQueen was Steve McQueen. What about all these old? Oh, do we have a response?
just a question.
Well, see, we had a guest lined up, very special guest. Unfortunately, it's going to have to hold over till it looks like the new year because COVID strikes again.
Mm-hmm.
COVID's got people under quarantine. Speaking of COVID, I want an answer once and for all. Is this a government conspiracy or is this just a straight up random occurrence? Have you heard about this new disease in India?
No.
That something like 300-400 people have died from this new disease, and it's not corona. Some completely different virus that's hitting them.
I wonder why I haven't heard about it.
Well, Christmas. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of news just falling through the cracks. It seemed like you couldn't get away from news for a little bit. And as soon as the election was over, now there's like no news coverage on your phone. It was all over social media. We would hear about everything all the goddamn time.
Yeah, and then, what else?
All right, so my thought is that, before we had all this social media covering everything that was happening on the news, if they weren't covering the election stuff, they were covering other things because, look, if everyone's talking about the election, this is what's important, child trafficking or murders people missing or people getting cut off by government spending. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Like all this news that we were inundated with. Now pick up your phone, scroll through, tell me what the last 12 are. Are any of them politics? Are any of them newsworthy right now?
Let's find out. It's loading.
Because I wasn't even following news sites. I was following shit like yoga and Pilates and all this other interesting shit for me, chakras, and I was still getting people putting up like BLM and all that shit. I don't like it when you have your phone out. It's so hard to communicate with somebody that's looking at their phone.
No, it's politics, some guy's birthday, politics.
What's the politics?
Tesla.
But is it just a meme? If it's just like meme politics, that's not what I'm talking about. I mean like actual news coverage. Like where it's like a mini article.
Something about Trump's comments on the vaccine, and then Chris Christie calling Trump's legal team's legal theory and absurdity. That's what I was getting at. That I signed up for Reddit.
Oh no,
for the podcast. So I can have.
We're on Reddit.
No, not the podcast. Me.
Oh.
Yeah, so I signed up for podcast for.
Oh, for content.
Yeah, for content.
So you can pull some stuff to talk about.
and all this supposed unbiased threads, they've all been
A little biased?
Yeah, they've all been talking about how Trump's a laughing stock, that he's leaving with his tail between his legs, and that he's desperate.
But he hasn't even left yet.
Yeah, and
so how could he be leaving with his tail between his legs if he hasn't fucking left?
No, because what happened? That the case that he had, they threw it out, so him with his tail between his legs added himself to the Texas
Oh,
case.
that's right, because
Yeah.
he was saying that there was some fishy business with the elections.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is it a conspiracy? Is it a true? I mean, there are conspiracies and there are conspiracy theories.
Right.
This is obviously just a conspiracy theory as of now because we have no proof of it. But what's your take on it?
I think there is evidence of
Tampering, election tampering.
But
there always is.
But like,
would it have been to the degree where they could sway the
yeah,
vote?
but like, is the government gonna trust you to investigate yourself? No, right?
How do you mean?
Like, I don't know, you do something, I don't know.
Well,
and
no, obviously, I mean, yeah, you need a third party, but
Right.
who's investigating themselves in this scenario?
the judicial branch is investigating itself. That's why the judges don't want to touch this case because
Interesting.
the election is in their hands.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what would be who would you end up getting to look into this shit? Local sheriffs?
It would have to be the Supreme Court, but I think that somebody upstairs is either
God?
threatening them,
Jesus?
maybe threatening them with, you better not let Trump fucking win this, and or they're promising things, like, I think there's definitely something going on that they're denying. They're not willing to look into the investigation.
This is what my problem is with this entire conversation right now, is that I am thinking the worst of the worst in my head because I just spent the last 4 hours this morning watching The 100. And it's all this post-apocalyptic shit where they travel to different worlds, and every fucking world they end up going to is just another fucking disaster on the horizon, and it's 50% natural disaster and 50% man-made fucking shit. And it just always seems like there's just forever people trying to counteract the good in the system. There's people that are just greedy or just take the good that they're doing and misrepresent it and take it too far so that they gain more power, which is what politics is. It's human. But the problem is we inundate ourselves with these types of shows, and then it puts it in our head that real life is this way too. It's no, man, in real life, characters aren't black and white. They don't always make a certain type of decision. People change up who they are on the fly all the time. And so I just, even if you convince somebody to take a payout, you can only pay them out so much for them to ignore their morality, to ignore their humanity. So I don't think it's, you get one person in your pocket and now you just have the perfect chaos team, the exact group that you need. No, in the middle of that, you're going to end up having defectors, and new people come in, new people come out. You yourself may lose your own fortitude towards that goal. You know what I mean? So just these long-winded goals that they say that the government's enacting on us, like COVID, what's it supposed to be, a 20-year fucking government conspiracy that's been developed in a lab and intended to be released at just the right time to get Trump elected president, to change the whole world into a new world order, to make everyone it's just too much. I understand the concern towards these ideas because stories are fucking great.
Yeah.
But it's that old tenet, don't attribute malice to that which can be attributed primarily to stupidity. Most of the time, people just make bad decisions because we're stupid.
Yeah.
It's not with intent to destroy most of the time, especially not to destroy their own country. If they're in it to destroy other countries, but even then, the world isn't covered in fucking evil villains and superheroes. You know, and why not? Why do we hear all the time about these perfect evil geniuses that exist in politics, but there's no Superman anywhere? No, it's the guy I voted for. The guy I voted for. He's the perfect one. He's Superman. He's gonna save us all. Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait, what did he just sign? Oh, no, I never liked that guy. No, nope. I know I said it at one time, but it was the better option at the time. Bitch, you call him Superman. You know? And I'm not just talking about the current president or the trying to soon to be president or the past presidents. Every fucking election, every politician has this effect on people. Because everybody wants a savior. And when you're in power, you end up with a savior complex, and that's never good for anybody.
Nope.
That's Jim Jones. Oh, wait, you can't.
God damn, that was his quote I used to always, but I haven't used it in so long that I'm drawing blanks.
So happy you brought it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, the point of the quote is that, you know, people will do evil things in the name of the greater good. You know, and that's what happens. You're in power. Finally, I have the power to fix this.
Well, now that's an argument that comes out in the show that I was watching. There's a conversation goes back and forth, and they're like, okay, so you're telling me that your belief, and it's basically a religion versus realism conversation, or which is that might be a rude way to put that, but it's just sentimental thinking rather than religious thought. So the argument was, would you rather let go of your humanity and your ties? Stop thinking that your love of your wife, your love of your child, your love of your sister, parents, brothers, all these people, they don't matter. What matters is the overall humanity, the overall group, right? The world, all men, all women, all non-binary pals. You know, everybody is equal under God, right?
Mm-hmm.
But your faith in God, then when they die, you have no right to be sad. When you die, you should have no fear, because it's about God and the humanity as a whole. Your individual life doesn't matter. So it's some real esoteric shit. It's very Buddhist, if you will, too, because, you know, want for nothing. You know, if you hold no attachments, you can feel no anxiety. You can feel no fear. You can feel no depression, because you don't care for anything. So nothing affects you, positively or negatively. That's the rub. You don't get the good if you don't have the bad.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get rid of it all, then you've reached your the end of your dharma. You've reached enlightenment. You've reached nirvana. So that's an option. You can go with Western philosophy and Christianity, and believe in a higher power, and leave it all to the. It's all religion, right? It's all basically teaching the same thing. You let go of that you can't control and leave it to the higher power, which, whether it's the energy, all encompassing energy around us, or it's a God, or God. It's whatever you name it. Then there's the option to remain human. You know, so we're not striving to be these perfect beings, because we're not. We're humans. We're fallible. We fight for the people we love, for the individuals we love. We fight for our land. Now we get into politics. So it's politics versus religion is what I'm hashing out here as I say this out loud. Because politics will have you fight for what's right for your community. Fuck the outsiders. Put up the wall. You know, find them more. Give them higher taxes if they want to come move to this state. You know, you have an entry tax or some fucking, what do they call it? Migratory tax. Whatever
right.
the fuck they have now. So which is better? Do you want to give up your humanity and live for the world? Or realize you can never escape your humanity and just focus on your local culture and fight for what your beliefs are that are tangible and can change the world in your area? Or do you let go of your narcissism and fight for the world?
Yeah, that's another thing that, another person's beliefs won't always, compliment the other one, because Sam Adams was saying that Islam has no place in the U.S. because our Constitution it's all based around fucking Christianity.
No, it's based on anti-religious sentiment. It was supposed to be religious freedom.
Right.
But if there's religious freedom, then there's anti-religion as well, and that in itself has got to be recognized and understood as well. That's the problem, though. People want religious freedom, but you don't get freedom if you don't have a religion.
Right.
No, bitch, you got to pick one. Like, there's a little bit of that in it, too. That's why atheism has been such a hard thing to come out as in history. Like, people would call you a fucking witch or a Satanist if you said you didn't believe in God. And like, well, no, if I don't believe in God, I don't believe in your devil either.
Yeah.
That's how that works. They kind of came together as a package if you didn't read your book.
Yeah, you can't have you can't have dark without light.
Yeah, as far as but I understand, like, you're gonna have religions that just counteract it. They fight each other. They repel each other. They're two religions are two sides of the same fucking are the same side of a magnet. You know what I mean? Like, they're both positively charged. They're just gonna repel each other.
Yeah.
You know, that's why religion sinks its teeth into communities that don't have a set religion. It's more of an open-hearted, open-minded kind of idea on how the world works, because there's no structure that focuses those emotions and that intention into anything. So people are left a little bit scattered if they haven't found a purpose within themselves. Well, if you haven't found a purpose within yourself, earn a religion, because you don't need a purpose within yourself. God's got his purpose for you. Don't worry about it. You don't have to fucking worry about yourself. God will do that. Just worry about other people. But then, your whole life is doing things for the recognition of other people. So other people could say, oh, what a gentleman he is. What a good person. He does all these nice things. Meanwhile, he goes home and fucking screams and yells at his wife, beats his fucking kid to behave because he's not fucking acting right in front of those same people that are praising his fucking, singing his praises. I just find a lot of trouble with religion and faith.
Yeah.
How about you? How did this conversation even end up? I thought we were going to talk conspiracies.
Well, we were talking conspiracies, but, politics and fucking religion go hand in
all
hand.
goes with conspiracies, right? That's exactly the point. So, spinning off of the details of my fucking thoughts on that, what are your thoughts on... So what if we're all wrong? What if it's not religion and politics and the world order that we need to worry about? What if it really is... we are just farmed... beings put here by an alien race so that they can come and collect our blood, like in War of the Worlds.
Well, there's also the idea that, okay, so we were genetically engineered, but who created them?
Right.
Like, surely, it's a fucking ladder you're climbing.
Right, like Aliens.
Yeah, like
the movie Aliens.
You engineered us, these guys engineered you, and eventually you're going to get to the top where it's the one person that created everything.
The one entity.
Yeah. So,
but what is it?
Well, spiritualists call it source.
Source.
Yeah.
Right, the source.
Yeah, the
one.
Overall energy.
The thing.
The force. That's what it is, it's the force.
Welcome to the Force, Luke.
Yeah, because it surrounds us, it penetrates us, it binds the universe together.
Like sperm.
Like the force.
I don't know what I'm saying anymore. This conversation's gone to shit. What the hell's going on here?
Yeah, and then, so yeah, apparently...
What were you getting? Yeah, you were talking about, before we started recording, about aliens.
Yeah.
And some conspiracy. What were you bringing up?
Yeah, okay, so some scientist somewhere, I don't remember where, he blew the whistle. And he's like, he's like, hey, aliens exist and they've been working side to side of our government for ages.
But they've been saying that Bob Lazar, he's been saying that for years too. He worked, supposedly worked for the CIA, went to MIT, and you can't find his records now, but they had it back on one paper. I don't know. That's a whole fucking weird story with Bob Lazar.
Yeah, and then they get labeled conspiracy theorists, and then that's how they lose all credibility. It's like, oh, it's just a conspiracy.
Well, it doesn't
theory.
help that he goes to alien sci-fi conventions and holds court. If maybe you waited and just stuck to your university talks and legitimate debates with people rather than just spewing on for 2 hours and never taking a question, it may be easier to listen to you.
Maybe he could have had a TED talk about this.
Well, has he? Has he?
I don't know.
You would think he would have.
Yeah.
That would be the place to go.
That would happen. So,
go talk to SETI, the people at the scientific, Extraterrestrial Research Center?
sure.
Extraterrestrial Institute.
There you
Institute.
go.
There it is, yeah.
Because I'm like,
That was a C! You get the wrong letter! Fuck you, Frank.
so yeah, the guy came out and it was news. And some people were like, yeah, that's nothing new. Like, we already knew that.
Well, yeah, it's just the regular bullshit that everybody spews. He didn't bring anything new to the table,
Right.
other than he's saying he has credentials. But there's been accounts from Air Force pilots, Navy Air Force pilots, all these people that have claimed, like, they're in the system, they're part of the military-industrial complex, in quotes, and but they still say the same things. Yeah, we've seen pill-shaped fucking flying objects that we can't explain. Like, they've been saying it for decades now. Hey, they even just released it last year, right?
Recently the government has been releasing, the military has been releasing footage, declassified footage of UFOs. And, what is a UFO? It's an unidentified flying object. So then
Right. Now
immediately they say, oh, see, look, it's aliens.
I don't remember. Did you say this on the last episode about the Star of Bethlehem? Where
I couldn't remember either. I was
what
thinking
was
about
it?
that earlier.
Was it what's lining up?
Yeah, so Jupiter and Saturn on Monday the 21st are going to line up.
I think I literally just saw a picture of them like side by side. You see them getting closer together.
Yeah. So they're going to line up, and it's going to be such a bright point in our night sky that it's going to form the Star of Bethlehem. And it's going to be the first time in 800 years that the Star of Bethlehem forms.
Which is right around the time where they think that the Earth started, right? Like,
Something like that.
And some people think that we're only like a 1,000 years old. Look, right here. It's in Spanish, so I'm not going to... Oh, look. Instagram translates.
Yeah.
As the day of the Great Conjunction approaches December 21st, it will be the first Jupiter-Saturn conjunction since 1623. Just 14 years after Galileo will manufacture its first telescope. Skywatcher Explorer 150, blah, 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 blah. But look at that. That's a beautiful picture.
Yeah.
It's really good. Here, I'll get this for those of you watching. See Saturn up there with the ring. And Jupiter, that big motherfucker, just moving towards it. It's really rad. If you follow space_E_X on Instagram, it's basically SpaceX in Espanol, but they have a great fucking photo there.
Yeah. So then, the trick is going to be, like, at what time are they going to line? Like, is it an all-night thing? I don't think so.
Who?
The Jupiter and Saturn.
How long are they going to be aligned for?
At what time are they going to line so I can be outside and watch?
We may not even be able to see it in this hemisphere. I haven't looked into it.
Yeah,
you're the first one to tell me about it. It is fascinating though. There's a lot of craziness going on in the world.
Yeah.
Do you think it's the coming of an apocalypse?
Well, no.
Will we be hearing the galloping of four separate horses' hooves flying over our heads?
No.
Running through our streets?
No.
The apocalypse is coming, Frank. Are you ready to repent?
So 2 of the horsemen of the apocalypse are
plague, famine.
Yeah, famine and war.
And
we've had famine for the longest time, and we've had war for the longest time. So it's like, when is the definitive fucking 2 horsemen showing up?
Well, it could be the 4 horsemen, as in the the 4 great wars. We've had the first. We've had World War I. We've had World War II.
It could be.
We could be moving into World War III if we haven't already been in it,
Yeah.
a form of World War III. It's a more subtle one, but it's definitely affecting the populace. Having all these wars raging, Turkey to Yemen to Afghanistan, all this everywhere. North Korea, South Korea's problems. Everybody's having issues. Egypt, it just keeps everywhere. What can you do?
Maybe it's not gonna happen until the 7th World War.
Or we're just waiting for the 4th. Maybe the 4th World War is the 4th apocalypse.
Oh, because God works in sevens. I think 7 is his
I don't know.
favorite
So
number.
let's see. World War One, we had famine.
Mhm.
You had famine, and maybe war just spans all of them. War is the carrier of all of these, because war brings famine to World War One. It brought famine and pestilence to World War Two, or plague, right?
Yeah.
When was the Black Plague? I guess it brings it all. Wars bring all of those things.
Mhm.
It all kind of comes together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but with these people,
We're not experts, people. We just talk some shit.
Every year is the coming apocalypse. So, like,
What are you gonna do?
yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I was saying that.
Wait, hold on. What is Ossetru? What does Ossetru say about the end of the world?
Oh, that it. I read the.
No, you didn't.
The
You watched a YouTube video
no,
about.
No, I read. I read the Ragnarok story, and
Well, everybody saw that movie, Frank.
yeah, but that's different. Anyways, yeah, and from what I gathered, it all starts with nuclear winter. Yeah, because it talks about how the sun is going to be devoured.
Sounds like a white girl rapper.
Nuclear winter?
Yeah.
Sure.
Fuck up. That was a good...
Like Nucleo winter, maybe?
No, Nuclear Winter. That would be her rap name. Like Ariel Winter.
Uh-huh.
The thick chick who's like real nerdy on Modern Family. But like, if you see her on Instagram, she's like thick and bad and bougie. She's like
Mm-hmm.
very body positive.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, I could see her changing her name from Ariel Winter to Nuclear Winter. That's all I'm saying. And being a rapper, like,
Well, maybe she's going to name her daughter Nuclear.
who's that crazy chick? Amanda Bynes.
Uh-huh.
Remember Amanda Bynes?
Yeah.
That was a fun one.
Uh-huh.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. You wanted to talk about Nuclear Winter.
Yeah, so that it starts with nuclear winter, and I'm like, well, that makes sense. The fucking Great War to end all wars is gonna.
What'd you tell her, by the way?
Oh, well, I was waiting on your
I'm sure it's worth editing. That's what okay, the last episode we did, I thought went off quite well.
Yeah.
And you're like, it was terrible. We got off track. I was like, I'm surprised you think there's anything different from this episode.
Track
But okay.
enough to where it wouldn't feel like a Christmas episode, I think.
Christmas. You don't think enough people are putting out Christmas episodes for Christmas? Do they really need one more strictly Christmas episode from anybody? Have you seen Netflix and their infinite amount? Fuck you, Netflix, raising their prices again.
Oh yeah, so did Disney Plus.
Disney Plus raised it. Man, I'm gonna have to cancel some shit.
Raised it a whole fucking $1.
Well, Netflix was a whole fucking $2.
Wow.
Right.
So then now it's
But
gonna be $7?
remember when it started at $7?
Didn't I thought it started at $5?
Right? Yeah. Well, by the time I got it, it was up to $7.
When it started,
now it's up to 15 or something. 14?
When it started, it
I don't know,
was
17.
free, I
don't even know.
think, and then they started charging. And because it started with fucking you receive movies in the mail.
Right, and they
And
just
then-
had a few movies uploaded for you to watch at
Yeah.
your convenient for free. But yeah,
And then once they had an entire catalog, then they started charging $5.
But it doesn't make sense that they'd be charging more when things are coming out like Peacock TV and Crackle. Like, there's a lot of free streaming sites as well. Like, there's no reason.
Yeah, but they're shit. Because they're free.
They get all the shit from like the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah, because like with Peacock, yeah,
All
it's
nostalgia
free.
shit.
But like if you wanna watch a series, you can only see the first episode of the first season. If you
Well, that's
wanna
like
catch,
Amazon Prime.
If you want to catch the rest, you have to actually pay for it.
Like Amazon Prime.
Well, no, I can watch series on Amazon Prime.
Right, because you're paying for it.
Right.
But they have certain things. If you don't pay for it, you can watch some of those episodes. It's usually the first episode of the season you can watch for free.
Maybe we're not watching the same series as
No, you pay for Prime. You don't.
Right, I'm paying
you
for
have
Prime.
it all. I'm
Right.
telling you, if you don't have Prime
okay.
and you visit Amazon and want to check out their library, some of their stuff is available to watch for free.
No, because they still have
But it's only the first episode of the series.
They
Usually.
still have some movies that you have to pay, but this is the most recent ones usually.
Oh no! And then same thing with what was it? The Doctor Who series. When I
Right.
did have Amazon Prime, I was only able to watch certain ones. Only certain ones were available on Amazon Prime for free, and then you had to pay to purchase the series for the ones that they hadn't released.
Right.
So there's no difference here.
Yeah. But anyways, point is,
Netflix sucks.
like, it also doesn't make sense because, like, we're still in the pandemic. People still.
Yeah, you would think they
Yeah.
would be giving a shit about the people that they're no, but everybody's trying to make an extra buck right now.
Yeah.
Everybody. And it's fucked up. I like. Does Netflix really need to make an extra $2 off of every fucking subscriber? What's
Not
the
really.
purpose of it? Because they over fucking extended themselves paying for all these shitty ass fucking Christmas movies that nobody's gonna fucking watch?
Well, in Disney's case, it's to keep the stock price up because Disney Plus is the only thing keeping that stock price where
That's
it's
some
at.
bullshit, man. If Disney started pushing their toy market to be more competitive, the problem is that they overcharge for literally every fucking thing that's marked with the
Yeah,
Disney logo.
they're like iTunes.
Yeah, if they just drop down their fucking price point, like, but everybody's increasing the price point to make up the difference. Like, well, you know, if you just lowered the price point and increase production, you can fucking make up the cost,
Mm-hmm.
and you supply more to more people that want your product. It's just different styles of economics. How are you going to approach your business model?
Yeah.
But because it needs to be exponential growth every fucking quarter,
Yep.
the buyer suffers.
Corporate greed, man.
Corporate greed, man, and that's
Yeah.
what rounds out the whole fucking episode, is that corporate greed fucking takes control of religion, of politics, of individual welfare states, and fucking worldwide fucking economics.
Do you think churches should be taxed?
Yes! Yes! I really do. Never understood why a church was not a taxable foundation. They bring in income. You know, it's not much, but a lot of churches do put in place a 10% tithing. And the only difference is they're not the congregation isn't beholden to the church based off of anything other than their own guilt and conscience. So most people throw in $1 or 50 cents to that collection plate when they're making, you know, 90 grand a year and could easily afford to give up, you know, 700 a year.
Yeah.
Most of these people are given $20 total all year long. Like, put your money where your mouth is, man. The Bible tells you to give your fucking money up. None of you fuckers are doing it.
Yeah, that's the thing that the Bible says. Well, Jesus said, "Give unto Caesar that which is Caesar's."
Right, the taxes for
Yeah.
taxes. But I'm talking about like the tithing to the church itself is supposed to be a 10% tax of your overall wealth. It's supposed to go to the church or to giving away money.
What's it called? Oh, charity?
Charities. Jesus, such a foreign word to me. Never had enough money to give away. Usually it's taken from me much quicker than I can fucking hand it to somebody.
Yeah, but no, I thought you were going to the not the chapel, but not the regiment, the fucking whatever the fuck it's called.
I don't know,
The
but
collective of churches from the area.
diocese?
Sure, let's go with that.
All right, whatever. Anyway, so moving on from religious talk, I did want to cover one thing.
Yes.
I wanted to say how correct I was
Okay.
about SpaceX's failure.
Okay.
Because you were trying to say that it was it only exploded due to a gas leak of some sort.
No, it
right?
was a gas leak plus backdraft that made it go boom.
Right, no, but it was obviously the impact. It didn't blow up till it fucking hit the ground. It was impact that blew it up. But the reason that it didn't succeed was, like I was saying, it was, my guess was that they didn't have enough fuel. But it was roughly around the same lines. It was that the SN8 rocket didn't have enough fuel pressurization What did I messaged you?
Yeah,
but yeah, it wasn't
pressure.
enough fuel pressurization, so they didn't have enough pressure.
And what happens when there's a leak?
You lose pressure.
You lose
yeah,
pressure.
but they didn't say that there was a leak.
No, but they said it was due to fucking.
It was due to a
pressure.
lack of pressure. Yes,
Yeah.
so there's a possibility that there was a leak still.
Mhm.
Yes, but that's still not the reason that it blew up.
Well, it
There was
blew
a-
up because it went boom.
No, it blew up because it. Okay, all right. I see what you're saying. We'll just say that to some degree we were both correct.
Okay.
And with that, I am fucking over this episode. This has been the Completely Inappropriate Podcast, everybody. I've been Tony along with Mr.
Frank.
It's kind of a short one but good one. Just get to hear me fucking ramble on and Frank try and tell a thing or two. Remember, you can find us at completelyinappropriatepodcast@gmail.com with any comments, questions, concerns. That's CI Podcast on Instagram, at completelyinap with 1P on Twitter, and find us at BitChute, YouTube, anywhere you'll find us, you found us. Remember, leave us a 5-star review. None of the other stars count or work. Trust us, we wouldn't lie to you. We love you. Just show some love back. Hit us up if you have any suggestions of what we can talk about for you guys. What episodes have been more interesting to you? What guests have you liked? Hopefully we'll have plenty more in the year to come.
Maybe we'll have a highlight reel on our YouTube channel.
Maybe. I doubt it, though, because that would require more work
Research.
from me.
Wow.
And I have enough on my plate, asshole. So if you're going to promise some extra work to people, you better
said
be willing to do it
maybe.
yourself. Are you going to do it?
Maybe.
Are you going to do it?
Well,
Are you
yeah.
going to do it, ma'am? Are you going to try and do it? Are you going to do it?
I just need to know which ones are fucking best episodes.
You're full of shit, man.
Okay.
You're never gonna fucking do nothing.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, much love. He comes from his mama, and he's kind of bi. Say hi.
And be excellent to each other.
Oh, and find your motherfucking happy. Try to be better today than you were yesterday. Bye!